So common questions na naririnig natin is why the sky is blue? Always natin naririnig yan lalo na sa mga bata. So bakit nga ba blue yung sky? So bago natin sagutin yun, alamin muna natin what is the sky. Next, the sky is the panorama obtained from observing the universe from the Earth and other celestial bodies' surface. So there are two things that play an important role in giving a color to the sky. One is the atmosphere of the Earth and the other is the sunlight. Next po, the atmosphere of Earth, commonly known as air, is the layer of gases retained by Earth's gravity that surrounds the planet and form its planetary atmosphere. Sunlight Sunlight is a portion of the electromagnetic radiation given off by the sun, in particular infrared, visible, and ultraviolet light. So, the white light from the sun is a mixture of seven primary colors. Next po. So, the seven primary colors are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So each color light has corresponding frequency and wavelength. So yung violet is the shortest wavelength and the red is the largest wavelength. Next po, Earth's atmosphere is mainly composed of gases, dust particles, water droplets, and water vapor. Among the gases, nitrogen is present in abundant quantity, at around 78%. It is followed by oxygen, which is approximately 21%, and the remaining is filled with the likes of argon, carbon dioxide, and other gases. So, when sunlight strikes this molecule, it gets scattered. So the amount of light that's scattered is given by the Rayleigh law of scattering. So what is Rayleigh law? Next po. Rayleigh scattering, named after the 19th-century British physicist Lord Rayleigh, is the predominantly elastic scattering of light or other electromagnetic radiation by particles much smaller than the wavelength of the radiation. So the light of the color corresponding to the smallest wavelength will be scattered the most. So yung blue, indigo, and violet yun. Sila yung mag-scattered ng malala sa molecules. So kapag yung light is nag-travel na papunta sa eyes natin, makikita natin na yung sky is blue. Next po. So why the sky is blue? The sky is blue due to a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. This scattering refers to the scattering of electromagnetic radiation, of which light is a form, by particles of a much smaller wavelength. These shorter wavelengths correspond to blue hues, hence why when we look at the sky we see it as blue. Next po. Next, why the sunset is red. Next. So what is sunset? Sunset, also known as sundown, is the daily disappearance of the sun below the horizon due to Earth's rotation, as viewed from everywhere on Earth. The equinox sun sets due west at the moment of both the spring and autumn equinox. So the sunset is reddish because scattering the light in the atmosphere katulad din nung sa why sky is blue. Next po. So scattering is a term used in physics to describe a wide range of physical processes where moving particles or radiation of some form, such as light or sound, are forced to deviate from a straight trajectory by localized non-uniformities in the medium through which they pass. So these particles scattered blue and violet light more as compared to red. Most bluish light yung pumapasok sa mata natin kaya nakikita natin na blue yung sky. So during sunset sunlight passes through a greater distance in the Earth's atmosphere, causing it to pass through more particles. So ang result nun yung blue and violet light, nag-scattered siya bago pa ma-reach yung mata natin. So dahil dito, yung red and orange light na less scattered is ma-reach yung eyes natin. Kaya yung sunset, nag-appear as red. Next po. When sunlight comprising seven colors passes through the atmosphere, it hits the nitrogen and oxygen particles. Next po. Next po, why the sunset is red. At the time of sunset or sunrise, sunlight must travel through the maximum amount of atmosphere to reach the observer's eyes. Due to this, more blue light gets scattered from the sunlight, making the sun look redder when it rises or sets. So next, why are clouds white? Sabi ng mga bata, doon daw nakatira yung Diyos, di ba? Doon daw tumitira yung mga namamatay. So, una muna, what are clouds? A cloud is an aerosol consisting of a visible mass of minute liquid droplets, frozen crystals, or other particles suspended in the atmosphere of a planetary body or similar space. Water, va- Water or various other chemicals may compose the droplets and crystals. Next. So sunlight is a portion of the electromagnetic radiation given off by the sun, in particular infrared, visible, and ultraviolet light. So each color of sunlight is may iba't ibang frequency at wavelength. Red light yung may mahabang wavelength. So in cloud, yung water droplets sa cloud is malalaki. Next po, yung droplets sa clouds is malalaki. Ayan o, kita nyo, yung red, siya may mahabang wavelength. Next po. So droplets scatter all the wavelength of light approximately with the same effectiveness. These scattered wavelengths interact and combine to again generate white color. Next po. So why the clouds are white? Clouds are white because light from the sun is white. But in a cloud, sunlight is scattered by much larger water droplets. These scatter all colors almost equally in the sunlight continues to remain white and so making the clouds appear white against the background of the blue sky. So yun lamang po. Thank you.